Well, hello there, fabulous. Welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to create this whole makeup look for your next New Year's Eve party. And nothing says New Year's Eve party like a shimmery eyelid. I toned it down a little bit on the lips. That's just kind of how I like to do things. But if you want to see how I created this look, keep on watching. Hello again. So for this look, we're gonna start with the eyes, and we're gonna be using the Too Faced Best Year Ever palette. We're gonna put some Milani eyeshadow primer. And also this NYX concealer primer on the eyelid to cover up any darkness, veins, and also to intensify the color of the eyeshadows. We're gonna set everything with the color Marshmallow from the palette. And next we're going to be using as a transition shade the bronzer on the palette. That's the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Next we're going to be using the shade Faux 4, also on the crease. And with this very precise brush, we're going to use the shade Pine Cone. That is also going to go on the crease, but I just wanted a little bit more control and preciseness. I didn't want to blow that out. And that creates more of a V, which is kind of the effect that I was going for. Next, we're gonna use the color Party over here, and I'm using my finger because I thought that intensified the color than using it with a brush. Sometimes these kind of shades work better when you use your fingers than a brush, unless you use something like Fix Plus that can actually be a little bit better. And then we're gonna blend all the edges so everything blends together. I didn't put any more pigment on the brush, just what with the brush had already. And I am going to intensify that little bit of that purpley color. I wanted it to be a little bit more purple, not so much brown. And with the brush, I'm applying halo, although I didn't show it, just in the middle of, and then I'm blending again. And I wanted to darken a little bit that outer V, so I use black tie, and I'm just using it just on the outer V to deepen it a little bit. Next, I'm going to intensify a little bit more of that shimmery shade. It's the same halo shade, and just putting it in the middle of the lid. And next, I'm gonna wipe off all the fallout. Some of the shadows, they have quite a bit of fallout, and this is why I do my eyeshadow first. So I'm just using that e.l.f. wipe to wipe that off. Next, I'm using a Physicians Formula eyeliner in black. And I'm just going to create kind of a messy line, very close to the eyelash line. And then I'm going to tight line as well. with this brush, I'm going to sort of extend that eyeliner and sort of create like a mini wing, but it's not anything very precise or anything, just kind of a messy, smoky line. And then I wanted it a little bit darker, so I went back with the eyeliner. Next, we're moving on to the face. I use the Angel Veil primer for my face. And for foundation, I'm using the new Maybelline Super Stay Foundation. It's got great coverage. And I'll be using the Flower Beauty blending sponge. I love this sponge. It's awesome. And as you can see, this foundation is super high coverage. Next, we're gonna move on to the concealer, and as usual, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. That's no surprise to anyone. And blending it out with the Flower Beauty sponge. And to set everything, I'm using the Peach Perfect Loose Setting Powder, which is my favorite, as you may know if you've been watching my videos. And I just pretty much set my whole face with the sponge. I just find it to be a little bit more flawless. Then I use this big powder brush just to brush off any excess powder. We're moving next to the brows, and I'm using that NYX micro pencil in ash brown, but I'm gonna do this off camera. All right, brows are ready, and we're gonna be moving on to the lower lash line. We're gonna be using that same chocolate soleil on the lower eyelid. Next, with that tiny brush, we're gonna be using that pine cone shade, that purpley shade, kind of create a more smoked out effect on the lower eyelid. And we're gonna blend everything together. Next, with the eyeliner, we're just gonna tight line the lower waterline and blend again. And then with this tiny pencil brush from e.l.f. that I love so much, it's one of my favorites, I'm gonna mix those two shades, and I'm going to apply that to the inner corner of the eye. I'm gonna curl our lashes, and I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Mascara for my first coat. And then I'm gonna be going over with the Marc Jacobs mascara. So both of these create volume and length, and that's why I like to mix them together. You see what a difference. For the lower line, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Great Lashes mascara. The brush is great for the lower lash. And then for contouring, I'm going to be using the Tarte Pro Glow To Go palette. It's a mini palette. I love it. And I'm using the bronzer just to bronze up my face. The shade is Chisel. Then I'm contouring my nose a little bit with the e.l.f. brush that I also love. Next, I'm going to be using an H&M blush. I love that blush. It's the perfect color, and it's in the shade Brown Sugar. Next, I'm going to be highlighting because you cannot do a New Year's Eve party without highlighting. And I'm using that same Tarte's Pro Glow contour palette in the shade Burst. Next, I'm going to be lining my lips with a NYX eyeliner in the color Stockholm. I love this shade because it matches my lips really well. And then I'm going to be using one of Kathleen Light's new lipsticks or collaborations with ColourPop in the shade Dreamy. And to top it off, I'm going to be going over with the lip gloss that she also just came out with in the shade Moon, because I wanted something more of a glossy lip. And that is the final product, guys. Thanks for watching. Come back again. Bye.